In the middle of the Caribbean Sea, a family is on vacation on their yacht. Ma Julia jumps into the water to swim. While resting, she feels something strange, but because she can't see anything around, she thinks that maybe it's her illusion. A few seconds later, the same strange feeling happens again. This time too, nothing is visible, but now she gets scared and starts swimming towards the yacht. Then suddenly, someone starts pulling her leg and she starts screaming for help. She can't hear anything because of the kind of headphones her daughter is listening to. Husband Tom and son Ben are busy catching fish. Julia tries to stick to the water, but it becomes difficult to scream because of the water in her mouth. After a while, Tom realizes that he hasn't seen Julia for a long time. He finds her on the yacht and then sees his wife in danger. He calls the kids, takes the yacht that way, and jumps into the water. He quickly reaches Julia, takes care of her, and swims towards the yacht. The kids pull both of them up. The family takes care of Julia, but Julia explains to herself that maybe it happened because of the waves. Everyone celebrates Ben's birthday together at night. Cassie gets a call from her boyfriend, so she takes the laptop and goes out. In the video call, her boyfriend shows that there are big black clouds over the city. The call gets glitched and freezes. Cassie comes to tell this to the family, but Tom says that maybe the signal is weak because it is far from the ground. Then everyone hears a voice. They all go out and see that a group of whalefish is passing by. Tom explains that the whalefish always follow the magnetic field of the Earth, but when the storm comes, they get confused. Suddenly, the yacht shakes violently and Ben falls. Tom is worried that the yacht has not been damaged, so he goes down to check. After a while, he comes back to the surface, but he has a big wound on his shoulder. Julia immediately stitches his wound. Tom says that he felt like there was a big creature behind him in the water, but when he turned around, he was cut by the propeller. He says that whatever it was very big. Tom sees a lot of damage on the yacht, so he has to call for help. Julia keeps trying on the radio again and again. Cassie finds the signal on the phone, but nothing works. Then Cassie sees a strange creature, and she shouts, but it is just Ben who is joking wearing a mask. After a while, the yacht completely shuts down and gets stuck in the middle of the sea. Julia hears a voice on the radio, but the voice is so bad that she does not understand anything. Tom tells the family that they have only 4 days of food and water left, and now they have to wait for a fishing boat. Suddenly, something is detected on the radar, and the family hears a strange voice. Everyone runs out and is surprised to see that many fishing boats are falling on the ground. There are big explosions where fishing boats fall. A fishing boat falls into the water, so Tom immediately tries to drive the yacht. The engine runs with difficulty, but then another fishing boat hits that area. The family holds each other tightly out of fear. Then Tom realizes that the fireballs falling are not fishing boats, but satellites. At the same time, Ben sees that smoke is coming out of the yacht. Tom checks and confirms that the engine is broken. As the wind gets faster, the family hides inside the yacht without noticing that the compass is spinning very fast. The yacht starts to shake violently. Ben falls again, and this time he also gets hurt. The waves are quickly colliding with the yacht. Tom struggles and goes out and brings life jackets. Then the power goes off. Tom immediately presses the power box button and the light comes back. At that time, Ben notices that blood is flowing from Julia's nose. Julia starts to feel dizzy while Cassie goes to the sink and vomits. Tom keeps trying the radio but does not get the signal. Suddenly, a loud, high-pitched noise comes and the wind gets even stronger. Julia tries to close the doors, but a hatch opens and the wind starts to break the windows. Tom lights a flare, and after a while, it gets dark. The next morning, the family gets up in shock that they have survived the storm, but the yacht has been destroyed. When they come out, they see that the seawater has disappeared and the yacht is stuck on the ground now. Everyone is shocked to see this. Cassie checks the signal, but the network is completely down. Ben starts playing with 2 dead crickets. Tom checks the compass and sees that it is upside down. This was the last time 7 lakh years ago. Cassie thinks that her boyfriend must have died, and she breaks. When Julia comes to make her understand, Cassie takes her away and goes to hide. Julia and Tom see the remaining supplies. Ben ties his birthday balloons to a stone so that maybe a survivor can see it. Tom tries the radio again, and this time there is a connection with a man. His name is Now, and he is the captain of a submarine. His submarine is also stuck on the land. He confirms that the magnetic poles have been reversed, so the ocean has moved back and the ground has sunk. He says that he has not seen any more survivors and the communication systems are completely down. He also says that the poles will be reversed again and maybe the sea will come back in a week. He warns the family to climb as high as possible because when the water comes back, it will be very dangerous. He says that his partner was killed in the crash and there are only 3 people in the submarine. Julia and Tom tell him to please save our children. He gives them his coordinates. Tom calculates that it will take 2 to 3 days to reach the submarine. He tells the family to rest well tonight. We will leave tomorrow morning. The next morning, the family is packing their things. Then Tom sees something moving nearby. He is a lame man who has a harpoon in his hand, and a dog is constantly barking. Tom goes to him and gives him a bottle of water, but that man speaks in such a language that Tom does not understand. After drinking water, that stranger suddenly hits a bottle on Tom's head and kicks him on the face. Julia runs away in fear, but it is too late by then. That man has put a harpoon in Tom's stomach. Tom suffers for a while, and then he also cuts his neck. Then that man runs after Julia and throws a harpoon at her, which injures her shoulder. Julia runs into the yacht in pain and tells the children to hide. She locks the door. Cassie and Bane enter the sofa. Julia gives them a flare gun and hides in the bathroom with a knife. That man pushes the door hard and finally gets inside. First, he picks up some food and then starts looking for it here and there in the yacht. Then he goes to the bathroom. But Julia smartly gets out of a small hole. That man thinks that Julia has run away, but as soon as she starts coming out slowly, his dog sees her and starts barking. The dog slaps him, so Julia kills him with a knife. Hearing the dog scream, that man comes out and is terrified to see his dog's corpse. Meanwhile, Julia tries to go inside from the other side of the yacht. She climbs up and starts entering through the broken window, but that man already reaches there. He grabs her and punches her hard, which makes her fall down. Julia grabs the furniture and tries to escape, but that man kicks her and throws her away. Then he puts his foot on her wrist so that she leaves the knife. And then he grabs her hair and hits her face on the ground and throws it on the sofa and starts strangling her. The children are watching all this. Cassie comes out and fires a flare gun, which hits that man directly. He gets up and starts spreading fire in the yacht. The children run away immediately, but Julia comes back. She kicks him and drops him. She picks up the map and bag and runs away from there. Ben and Cassie go to their father and start crying. Julia also sits with them, and the 3 of them say goodbye to Tom with tears. Then that scary man comes out of the yacht again, so the family starts running again. In a while, the yacht flies away with a big blast. After walking a little distance, they stop near a small waterfall so that they can rest a little. Cassie thinks that maybe that crazy man had come to her after seeing the balloons. Hearing this, Ben starts blaming himself. Julia explains to him that he was not at fault in this and tells everyone to move on because that man is still behind them. On the way to a small pond, Ben is surprised to see a dead hammerhead shark. That's when Julia notices that that man is going to get close to them again. Everyone runs and falls down from a sand dune where they see poisonous garbage. The family carefully crosses it, and it seems that they have left that man behind. As they walk, they start seeing all the plastic that has accumulated under the dead animals and under the sea. Ben starts walking slowly, so Julia understands that she is near dehydration. She tells everyone to stop. When she sees the water bottle, she gets a shock that the water in the bottle is almost over. Cassie realizes that maybe she didn't close the bottle properly. Julia shouts in anger that the water is over because of her carelessness. Cassie replies, "What does it matter? We're not going to survive anyway." There is a long debate between the two, but the family keeps moving forward. After a while, they find a crashed plane. Everyone is scared to see something moving inside, but they are just some birds. The family decides to spend the night inside the plane. They share a little snack, and Julia gets a family photo in Tom's jacket, which breaks her heart. Cassie asks, "Mom, What was the love story between you and Dad? Julia smiles and tells, Tom was my patient in the hospital. Then one day he showed his love by giving flowers and a lovely poem. Cassie goes out of the plane in the middle of the night. Then that scary man tries to catch her from behind, but Julia suddenly breaks from behind and repeatedly attacks her with a knife and kills her. Cassie hugs her mother and calms her down. The next morning, insects and goons are lying on that man's body. The family notices that there are many cuts on his body, which means that there is a dangerous creature hidden in this area. As soon as they leave from there, crickets come out of his mouth.
A few hours later, Julia and Cassie are watching the map, but Ben slowly moves forward. Julia shouts, "Stop!" But Ben bows in a pond and starts drinking water. Julia pulls him out immediately and explains that unknown water can make him sick. When the sun gets very hot, the family covers their heads with clothes. Ben starts feeling dizzy. Then they find some old chairs, and Julia and Cassie make a temporary shelter from them. Julia injects Ben and decides that they will spend the night there. In the morning, Julia wakes up hearing a strange voice. She goes outside and sees that a large group of crabs is coming towards her. She immediately picks up the children, and the three of them start running. While running, she sees a large cargo ship. 3 crew members are alive there. One woman wants to help them, but the other 2 men refuse and leave the 3 families outside and lock the container. The crabs come close. Julia puts the children on top of the container. When she starts climbing herself, the crabs bite her legs hard. The children pull her up, otherwise she would have fallen down. Half of the crabs enter through a hole in the container. Crew members start firing, but the crabs overpower them and kill them both. The last man reaches the hole in the roof, but the crabs pull him down and he also dies. Julia ties a bandage on her wound and faints. After a while, when she wakes up, she finds herself alone in the sandstorm. She gets scared and starts looking for the children. She picks up a dead woman's weapon and shouts loudly. Cassie returns, hearing her voice, and tells that she had gone to look for more help, but she did not find anyone. Then they meet Ben, who finds an open container where they can stay until the storm ends. Julia takes out Tom's lighter and burns her wound, which is very painful. After the storm stops, she finds another container which has a lot of water bottles. While checking the bodies, she finds a radio and a gun. Julia contacts Now and tells that the map is lost. Now tells her that the arthropods who attacked her are still alive and have gone completely crazy because of the oxygen. Now tells the family to hurry because his instruments have calculated that the sea will return sooner than expected and they only have a few hours left. He shoots a flare and the family starts walking in that direction. After a long walk, the family finds a broken toilet in which Ben urinates. Now they finally see the submarine nearby, but to get there, they have to cross a big rocky road. As soon as they cross the road, the walls begin to shake and stones begin to fall, causing a terrible rock slide. Julia immediately pushes her children aside and moves back herself so that she does not get crushed. Now, a stone wall has come between them. Julia tells the children that she should go ahead without her, but Cassie refuses and forces her mother to try to climb. There is a lot of debate, and after shouting, Julia promises that she will find her children in the submarine. Forced, Cassie pulls her brother and takes him ahead. The children climb the rocky road and run towards the submarine, but when they reach there, they see that the ship is stuck in blood. He explains that everything is over for him, and now the children can take the submarine. Thinking that there will be an extra place, Cassie runs back to find her mother. Then Julia comes and sees the crabs, and she starts firing. She kills some crabs, but the crowd is very big, and it becomes difficult to fight everyone. At the same time, Cassie is seen on the wall and extends her hand, so Julia starts climbing fast despite her injured leg. With the help of Cassie, she reaches the other side, and both together run towards the submarine. Ben is already standing above and opens the fire so that the crabs remain disturbed until the family climbs up. As soon as the crabs reach the body of the ship, they immediately start eating it. Julia picks up the gun and continues firing until the children go inside. When they become safe, Julia thinks that the bullets are over, so she throws the gun on the crabs and goes inside with her children. She locks the family hatch well and looks at the crabs from the window around the submarine. As soon as the sea comes back, the three immediately sit on their seats and put on their belts and hold each other's hands. The fast waves start throwing the submarine hard here and there, which makes Julia see the entire vision of the journey, and Cassie vomits. Soon, the high-pitched voice comes back, and the family becomes unconscious. After a while, Julia and the children come to their senses and are happy to see themselves alive. They unlock the hatch and go out and see that the waves have dropped the submarine into a ruined city. That is, now there is a hope to live and start a new life. And this is where the film ends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you can keep getting such interesting videos. Thanks for watching.